Good morning and welcome to Saturday Sanctuary. So, this morning I thought I would talk about or share a little story that Ram Dass shares. I listen to his podcast a lot, and I listened to a podcast the other night, and it just seemed very like a lovely story that highlights a yoga theme really nicely. So the theme is Dharma, and Dharma is your path. And you know, everybody's path is unique, and it's being tuned into what is the right thing for you to do in life and in any given moment. And the story is quite long. I'll try and do the abridged version. But he tells a story about when they were eradicating smallpox in India, and there were just a couple of villages left that had smallpox in. So they went in to vaccinate against it to hopefully try and get, and the villages were kind of in lockdown, so smallpox couldn't get out. And it was quite a sort of tense situation. They were really, really desperate to completely eradicate it because it kept popping up all over the place, you know, like these diseases do. And they were going in, and the last couple of families, they from a sort of religious perspective, they believed that smallpox was sent by God, and that we shouldn't be monkeying around with those things and trying to eradicate it because it's not God's will. So they were very resistant to having this vaccination, but the authorities went in and forcibly administered the vaccination, and the family fought really hard against it. You know, there's lots of kicking and screaming, and the wife bit one of the, so there were doctors and soldiers there, sort of medical professionals, and the wife ended up biting one of the doctors who was giving her the vaccination, and it all got very fraught. But in the end, everybody in that family was vaccinated, and it was done. And once it happened, the father of the family went out into his garden, and they had nothing. They had no food. They had nothing to give. But he picked a gourd, you know, a vegetable from the garden, and brought it into the house. And he gave it to the head doctor. And he said, I believed that smallpox was sent from God, and that we shouldn't be trying to eradicate it. And you believed something different. You were following your Dharma. I was following my Dharma. Now it is done. You are just a guest in my home. And that beautiful idea that we can follow our Dharma as strongly as we can, do what we need to do and follow our path, but at the same time, not be attached to it so profoundly that we bring hatred into the equation. I just loved that story. That I thought it was really powerful, highlighting of what Dharma means, that we can separate the action from the individual, that we are all following our own path, and that we can wrap it all up in beautiful love, and it doesn't need to become hateful and divisive. So yeah, that was my story for this morning. I hope you liked it.